I have notes, so you know it's fine. I've actually written something. Just looking at you there, mate. Alright, so I'm not going to take so long with this because I think, as we can all attain from previous experience of weddings, there's nothing worse than being sat with a glass of fizz through an hour and a half's worth of speeches. So don't worry, I'll not be too long. But before I begin, please get a round of applause for Matt for, well, getting here on time. Getting to the right venue, in the right county. Alright? So, Matt. Of course, really, that applause should have gone to Alice, shouldn't it? But, you know, never mind. The whole kind of wedding thing, it reminds me of the first time I met Matt. And that was, Christ, that's 8 years ago, 2006, yeah? I thought I predated. No, I remember meeting Matt in 2006. I was working for, sorry, this part of the speech is going to be a bit for the archaeologists in the room, so I apologise for that. But no, I remember I met Matt in 2006. I'm working for a company called Archaeological Solutions. Well, for those who know, obviously Archaeological Solutions to archaeology was just standing around looking quite confused and going, archaeology? But we had the good fortune to, we got put in the same accommodation, so obviously we bonded in the time-honoured fashion of archaeologists, which is go down the pub, get drunk, and then he lost to me at pool. Every single time. I mean, we're talking 20 odd games here, that's got to be some sort of record, seriously. Yeah. And then, as he does, he went off on one of his bloody international expeditions. I say expedition, I mean jolly, I mean come on, you know. Speaking of which, is anyone in the least bit surprised that 4 months before the wedding, what does Matt do? He goes to Sudan! I only got back like, what, a month and a half ago? Well done. But anyway, so I met Matt in 2006. Next time I saw him was completely randomly. We were in, we both applied to the same job in Wales, 2007. And I'm there in the compound of the job, like getting all my shit. All of a sudden I look up and go, Matt, what are you doing here? And, well, long story short, the company we worked for, Cotswolds, decided the best thing to do was to keep all the sarcasm in one place and put us living together. Which, you know, was kind of serendipitous for today because it meant I was used to trying to get his ass out of bed on time. In fact, one of the sort of main memories of that period of time was being sat in a Land Rover, ready to go to site, with the driver also ready to go to site. And then a blur of movement and a flash as like Matt comes running out of the front door, high-vis, coffee mug, lunch, hat, flying behind him in the trail as he tries to run so he can get to work on time for a change. But during the course of the time we were in Wales, Matt mentioned to me that he was thinking about going to UCL. I just finished at UCL myself, so I was like, yeah, great place, rock and roll, awesome. And I was like, oh, do you need a place to live? Oh, you do? Yeah, crash it mine, it's fine. And that's why I lived with a Matt for a roommate for a year. God. But no, that was fine. Yeah, I mean, I would say he's reasonably clean, but I really can't, you know. I want to say he's tidy and happy and cleans after himself, but I mean, Christ, Alice, sorry darling, but you've got a lot of work. But more important than the fact that Matt came to live with me was that when Matt did come to live with me, that was the first time that I had the good fortune to meet the woman with the most patience in the world, Alice. Can we get a round of applause for Alice? Come on, come on! I remember quite clearly the time that I first met Alice, actually. Because Matt was with me for about a week at that point. And he comes over and he goes, "Oh, Steve, I've got a friend." Yeah, friend. I mean, he didn't go as far as to go, "Friend." But I think it was kind of obvious what was going on there. No, he goes, "Yeah, I've got a friend, she's coming down and she's going to drop off some of my stuff." Now, obviously, when Matt says stuff, that's not what the rest of people say stuff. When Matt says stuff, it's like shoes, books, clothes, possibly a small animal. You just don't know what you're going to get, really. But no, Alice came down, and she didn't actually deliver animals, which I was quite thankful for, because I wasn't too sure about the policy on pets in the flat, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so I wandered down, because Matt said, "Oh, she's going to come down, but she's not going to come up to the flat, she's going to stay in the street and give us the gift." Subtle. Yeah, I'm quite a curious little guy, so I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, I'll come down and say hello." Yeah, no, it was quite obvious that when he said friend, he didn't really mean friend. They were kind of a little bit more than just friend. They were kind of just, I don't know, it's like when you see perfect complement to like a sunshine, or the perfect complement to a rainbow or something. You see two things that work so well together, it just seems natural. So there we are. So we're still working on the appraisal here that Matt has told me, "Oh, she's just a friend." But fast forward, 3.5 bottles of wine, 4 hours, he's like, "Oh, she's not just a friend." No bloody shit. I think it's fair to say I've never been less surprised of anything in my entire sodding life, but anyway. But to be half serious for a second, what's kind of a bit weird though is that moment when I first met Alex is kind of the end of my story of my friendship with just Matt. Alright? Because that was the beginning of the story of my friendship with Matt and Alice. Sometimes also called Malice. I quite like that. I think Malice, come on! Yeah, I'm not really the sort of person that does like compliments, pleasantries, I find that kind of thing a little bit socially uncomfortable. He says, stood in front of 100 odd bloody people, "Hello!" But I think I can say that I feel so incredibly lucky to have been there in the inception, and seeing these guys together for the first time, and then, inception, is that the... yeah. Whoops.
That's the Sambuca kicking in.
Damn. No, I do feel very lucky to see these two together and see how much they care about each other. I think it's a very beautiful thing and very rarely witnessed in the real world. Okay? As a couple, they complement each other in so many ways. The most important which being that if you average them out, they kind of like the person. Yeah. To be absolutely honest, though, the truth of the matter is that Alice brings out the best in my friend Matt, and Matt brings out the best in my friend Alice. Okay? And I stand here really humbled to have been asked to, humbled by to the fact that Alice actually asked me to be responsible for getting him here on time. I mean, good bloody God, what have you got to do to get lumped with that crap? Anyway, just ish. No,